Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Wake up. Story time. Get myself together here. Thank you for all your support. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification. Buy the book, the Cash App's in there. Support the channel if you can. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is a crazy story. Uh, hey, Mr. Candinas. This is a crazy story. When I was running around bad, chasing drugs around in the city, and uh, the dealers, different the gangs. Most of the time, the gangs run the drug operation, and I'd always bebop around in there, and most of the time things were uneventful. Go up, slide through, dodge the police, and when you'd be going through, like they knew my car. The dealers kind of knew my car afterwards, and when you'd go by, they'd go, I got that pit bull, the brand of their dope. I got this, I got that. And the word would be out, like if some brand, they would stamp, and then, you'd say either all that pit bull or that whatever name is good or bad. And the word got around fast. Or you would know for yourself anyways. So they would pitch you from the corners and you'd get in there and then do your thing. I used to try to hook up with a mother and son. We'll call them Rosie and Frankie. They were shifty. They were shifty. Frankie was in some gang. I don't even know. They have gang names that you just think you hear about gangs that are just the Crips and the Bloods. They have gang names I don't know. They have gang names just for the street names. And come on in, have a coffee and a soda and a water with me. So they used to run me around, go here. I would call, meet me here, meet me there, meet me there. And I call and I want to go through this other area because I was getting a little more. I would go through and then I would like walk up to the house and get served. But then these guys were floating around in their cars and they were talking more smack. They were like, "Oh, yo, but you think they're just busting the chops, but they don't want anybody taking their money. They're saying we got this other stuff. They got some other kind of dope somewhere, but it's whack. It's a beat. They'll beat a white boy that like what they would just consider. Oh, who cares? Just beat him. Just beat him out of his money. So you'd have to find a dependable drug dealer. But if they knew you were coming with money all the time, they want your business. They want your business also. So I get over to this one usual spot. Couple of cars were hollering stuff out, and it's the norm. So Rosie and Frankie, mother and son, come out. No, Joe, you gotta go down the street to this other spot, and you could get served there. You can get served like McDonald's. You get served. You give the money. So I'm going, where? It's near the house, whatever. It's near this house. Okay, you'll find it. When you're jonesing sick on drugs, you'll find where the house is. If it takes forever. So I go over there. I'm riding down. I see a car come, and I said, "Oh, that's that car from them homeboys hollering all this shit out." Just let me get in here and out of here, because when you get out of this hood and you go down, the expressway ramp is right close. Boom, boom, you're out of there. And that was also good for dodging the police. You also, don't want to get busted down there. And so I go down there to the other house, and somebody's in the attic window. This is like an abandoned house. This is an abandoned house. Somebody's way up top in like an attic window. And some dealers used to do this also, is they'd find an abandoned house, they would make a perch way up in the attic, and then they would use a string. They would drop a string with a little basket to put your money in, and then they'd haul it up, and then they'd put the dope in it, and then they would drop it back down. This way, they're safe. They could see any car coming on the block, and they could get rid of anything they need. So it's pretty foolproof. So I get up there and put the money, um, and I'm going and I'm hollering up, I gotta go through this bull crap. What's wrong with Rosie and Frankie? And I'm like, I should be a valued customer. I'm talking smack. The rope's coming down with the thing, with the dope in it. I turn around, I see that same car, and a nuzzle in the back seat. This knucklehead starts blasting. Bah, 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 bah. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. I just like, I can't believe what the hell's going on, you know? And they're hollering, whatever. And the other, and I'm looking, but when I first looked, the dude was doing some sign language or something. I looked and hollered out his uh, posse or whatever, like, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the work done by the 7th Street Crips or Blood, this will be the work. And I'm froze up, and everything stops. Now I'm thinking, I'm checking for bullets. I'm checking for bullets. I'm in shock. There was a neighbor next door that came out, and they were tripping out a whatever couple older in years. And they're hollering, well, what's all the commotion? Everybody, they hear gunfire a lot of times, but this was a machine. So I'm thinking, I really got to get out of here, and because they didn't want me, and it was a message to the dealer that you ain't doing any business. You ain't gonna sell any drugs here, and you ain't gonna buy any drugs here. So I turn around, and there was this was a cement slab, a door, and it was abandoned. And I looked at the wooden door, and I tell you, I have angels. Now, and guess unless this guy was a marksman sharpshooter, he did a silhouette perfectly around my body. The guy came over and he went, "Oh my gosh, look at that. What the?" And I looked, and all the bullets, like, right. And this other guy, Big Black Mike, I knew him from around the way and everything. And he came up there and he was like, "You got to get the hell out of here, bro." He knew I was running around down there. Sometimes he would need some help. and I would throw them a little piece of dope. People were sick, dope sick. It ain't nice. It ain't good to be dope sick. And so I get out of there. I drive up to this OTB, and Rosie comes. Rosie, I says, you no good, rotten, whatever. She goes, no, no, no. They tried to kill me too. I says, you got to relocate. You got to relocate. I said, who are those? Oh, those are, all these gangs showing up. I says, well, they don't want you selling on their turf. She goes, my mother's been living down here for a ton of years, and they just can't barge in and take. I says, well, yes, they can. They could come in and barge over and take over your turf. You don't have an army. You got little Frankie. So she said, I thought they were going to bum rush the house and come up there and blast the attic out. So I go into the OTB up there, and there was a black dude, an older black dude. Once in a while, he'd have some good drugs, some good dope, heroin. He'd have some good things. He got up there. He said, "Oh, Lamar." Lamar was a street guy, and he walked up. The OTB wasn't that far. He said, "Man, they was trying to kill you down there, huh, Joe?" and Lamar, I seen Lamar. He said, "Wow." He said, "How'd all them bullets miss you?" I said, "I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know." And now we're talking. I'm trying to get my act together, and the older black dude said, "Hey, I'll serve you. I'll serve you. Go to the bathroom, blah blah blah." Because I was melting like the witch on the Wizard of Oz. I was melting. So I get straightened out, boom, 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 and I go back out into the bedding area, and Lamar says, "Joey, I think one of them homies are over there. You better be careful." I'm like, jeez. I'm thinking, man, what have I got myself into? Chasing dope, riding back and forth, these gang-infested areas, no good across the board. If you got anybody struggling with drug addiction and everything, go seek help ASAP. And that's when dope was dope, real dope. This fentanyl and all this other garbage is just synthetic death. And I OD'd on that and died on that fentanyl shit a few years later. So I'm in there. This guy's eyeing me, and I'm wondering, was he one of them dudes in the car? And I'm trying to process everything. So I go out the other exit of the OTB, like time to go home. And another homeboy come around, yo, 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 hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm like, listen, man, I just want to get out of here. All right. He says, let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. My heart is going boom, boom, boom. You know when you can hear your heartbeat in your ears, like ears. And he said, you're down there buying all that garbage. We see you riding through here all the time, blah, blah, blah. And that girl's got you. And a lot of times, Rosie, he was true about what he was saying about Rosie, because she'll try to beat you. Like, she was pretty crafty. And I was a loyal customer. And he was like, no, we got you. We got you. We got the good stuff. We got the real stuff, blah, 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 and all this. And I says, what are you shooting at me for? He said, oh, we trying to scare. I said, them bullets came close. I could hear him whistling. You were trying. He said, man, we could have but he did a silly. I said, what do you got? Some trained marksman in the car? Like a knife thrower that could throw knives and just miss you. It's like, and I'm going, this is not where I wanted my life to be going. Well educated, did everything the right way academically, and then just fell fell out of reality. And I started going up there, and I used to see these other gang member guys. They would have me trying to find them all over the city. See, it was convenient when I could just go right here, this hood, boom, 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 and be in and out in 2 minutes, no problem, no cops. These guys were, hello, where are you? I'm over here waiting. I've been here for a half hour. No, go meet me over here, homeboy. Then I'm like, wow. Then I finally went to the old man, the old black man in the OTB. He was running some serious drugs. And we were friendly in OTB because I used to bet the races. Sometimes I would bet the horse races too. And I saw him, and I says, "Hey, you said," I said, "I'm running all over the damn city. Uh, I don't even feel safe. You know what happened the other day, blah blah blah." And he said, "Come on, take a ride with me, homeboy." He liked me. He knew somehow I always had I was spending money left and right. He brings me over to these apartment projects, and uh, he says, "Come on in." I said, "I don't want no foul play, man. We're straight, right? You go, stop it with that, stop it." He's going. He says, "Come on in." His mother's in. He's probably about 60. I'm a lot younger, and his mother's in there. She's like 90, 80 something. I'm going, yeah. He goes, go in the dining room, sit down. He comes out with a plastic bag. He said, "Yeah, I just got some of this new stuff here, but I want you to try it out and let me know what's going on." He says, "Sometimes I get down a little, he'll snort." And I says, he said, "I want you to check it out. I want you to be my tester for free. Sign me up. I can be very, very, very efficient at this job. Yeah, let me test your." And his stuff was better than the Puerto Ricans. Now, the Puerto Ricans used to come out with some good stuff. They even came out with that uh hmm, that heroin that was like man, is my mind shot? Like tar. They had that tar heroin, like in a ball. So how's everybody doing? So hey man, good to see you back. So everything was good with him, and uh then things chilled out. And one of the I was down there, and they used to just know, oh, homeboy hangs out at the OTB, and he hangs out with the old black dude, and he's doing business with him, blah 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 blah. And they would give me some free samples once in a while, and things kind of smoothed out. And they're like, "Check this out, homie, check this out." And it's like, you guys were shooting at me, man. He said, "Oh man, we could have hit you. We could have hit you." I said, "I thought I had some angels because you did a perfect silhouette right around my body. I was checking for holes and everything." I says, I'm thinking inside of my mind, I got to get a gun and I want to kill one of these guys. I'm just thinking, I want to kill one. Bad thinking, bad thinking, bad thinking. And I could access a gun over there in that hood real easy. I knew where a couple guys hid their guns over near the railroad tracks. Them gang members, they would hide guns. They would hide guns so they weren't in possession. Then when they go do something, boom, they would go locate their guns. And the mafia did it too sometimes. They would hide a gun in a strategic place in case they got stuck. They would hide guns in bathrooms and in ceilings, those drop ceilings that would come down. And yeah, I was really running bad, running hard. And I knew eventually, fast forward, that things were going to go bad. So, look, the New York Yankees, how cliche. Hmm? They're going to finish in last place again. I don't care anymore about these baseball teams, football teams. I don't even care about it anymore. Bump them. You want to go sit in the nosebleeds? I was checking the prices out for those buses that go to the Yankees game from Buffalo and Rochester. They want an arm and a leg for the nosebleeds just to watch them bums, the highest paid players on planet Earth, just to stink up the field like the Bad News Bears. So, how much time we got here? 21. What do we got on our charge? Thank you guys for coming in here. I know I went a little crazy yesterday about not getting support and everything. And, thank you, DC White Boy, for helping me out. I'm sorry. I got a little unhinged yesterday and I got frustrated. I'm a human too. I apologize. I called you guys I insulted some of you. I insulted you guys. And, you know, put a lot of work in these videos. You do them, bum, bum, bum. And, your viewership and subscribership and like and share and all that, that's good. And I kind of got derailed yesterday. Okay. I got derailed. You chiseler cheapskates got fish hooks in your pockets. What the heck? DC White Boy hardly ever comes in here. He donated 3 times in the past. Golly. I got to take what I can get as long as I'm getting views and subscribers. That's all. I tell better stories than you could freaking rent on Netflix. And I interact with the people. Geez, I don't know. Do I get any Mike Francis or Sammy the Bull suckers in here? I better leave it at that. I better leave. So, yeah, the Jamaicans, we're going to go right into it while I got you guys in here. Now, that OTB had Jamaicans in there too that were dealing a lot of drugs in that OTB. And they were rocking and rolling. And I knew one Jamaican in there. This is Rochester. And his name was Diego. And sometimes the immigration would come in there and pick people up, and they were trying to be on the low. And I used to do a little with him. And these Jamaicans were betting $100 a race, $200 a race. They couldn't even read a racing form. They were just sending it in and having fun. And they were in the smoking room in that OTB, and I'd hang out, smoke a cigarette, and I was like the outcast because I was everybody in there was black, Puerto Rican, or Jamaican. I'm the only Italian in the whole place. This is Lyle and Broad in Rochester, if anybody knows. This is Lyle Ave and Broad Street in Rochester. I'm the only white person on location. Sometimes they didn't consider Italians white. You could get a little pass, but if you're spending money, you got to be careful to navigate how you deal with some of these people if approached. And that There, yeah, Kimmy, Kimmy knows. There's this dude from my hometown that would go up there, this knucklehead, and he was white. He was white. He'd go up there during the horse race and he wouldn't even bet anything. And the Jamaican is rooting for his horse that looks like it's going to win, but there'd be another horse going to overtake that horse and have a bad beat, and just beat the Jamaican's horse. And this other white guy, this knucklehead, he would act like he bet the horse that beat the Jamaican. So he used to do this little trick all the time. And then the one day, the Jamaican said, "Hey man, let me see your ticket, man. What you doing all over me, man? Let me see your ticket." And he was and this dude's trying to play it off. "Oh man, you know I bet that horse." And he was so transparent. And so this dude gets out of there. He knew. So I went outside to smoke a cigarette, and here come Diego. He said, "Yeah, man, your friend ain't gonna make it, man. He come in here all the time. He talk playing games with us, blah blah blah." I said, "He ain't my man. He ain't my man. I don't like him. I don't like him." A couple days later, I'm in my hometown, OTB. I see this clown. I says, "Don't go back up there, bro. Don't go back up there. You playing them games, you play those games here in Hicktown, but don't go up to the city playing them games with them guys." "Oh man, clown, clown knucklehead." He goes up there and he goes in there. Now Diego ain't in there. One of his other homeboys are in there. There'd be 3 or 4. And this clown goes into the smoking room, does the same thing. "Get up with this 4-horse. Get up with this 4-horse." Does the same charade, playing stupid games. Because he wanted everybody to believe that he was the best horse picker, and he would always have the winner on the uh, on the closed circuit TV. You're watching horse races on the TVs. So he was playing this game like he always picked the winners of every race. And he went in there and he said, he did the same thing. The other guy says, "Let me see a ticket, man. You ain't supposed to be in here, man. You better go, go, go." He's going, "Oh man, bah, 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 bah." He said, "I want to talk to you outside, boy." So, and this other dude from my hometown, pretty short and stocky, they went around the side of the OTB and they dragged him up to the railroad tracks and stomped him, and just stomped him and stomped him. Ambulance stomping. Ambulance. Now, the workers at OTB were in cahoots with the Jamaicans and the black guy that was the older black guy that was selling drugs in there. I think they were getting a piece of the action or something, but they let all this stuff go on right before their eyes. And they stomped him. And this guy's brother come up. I saw his brother, this knucklehead's brother. He's like, "Why didn't you help him?" I said, "I was cheering. I was cheering. I was I was cheering them. You're missing his face. You're missing his face. Come on, get some face shots with those size 12 boots. Come on." Forgive me, God. Forgive me. The Jamaicans didn't play. And I'm going to tell the story, another story about the Jamaicans in Buffalo on the west side when they pretty near had me kidnapped in the back because I was selling herb on their turf. I was selling marijuana on their turf. So that's that. I mean, divine intervention and the angels have spared me many times, many, many times. And happy to be alive. Happy to be alive. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Uh, yeah, you gotta be careful in what you want to endeavor. So I wasted a lot of time. That's why I tell you guys, get on your game. Get on your game. I should have been a corporate CEO in some office for my resume, So, time is precious. So, Dapper the Rapper, good to see you. Kimmy, the New York Jets, G. Zachariason, Mo Ali, Leon Swan, Mana is back. All right. Joel Gold, how'd you sneak in here, man? All right. Michael Candinas, he's always the first man in. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. There's a link to the book if anybody wants to read a great book, and all the other stuff is in there if you want to support the channel. Forgive me, I got a little crazy yesterday and I insulted you guys. I'm a little, but hey, that's that. I'll rise up and get 1,000 subscribers, maybe get ads on the videos or something and get monetized. And I gotta do it the long way, but I'm not gonna give up. This is a long journey up to the top of the mountain, and it gets tough trying to climb that mountain for 1,000 subscribers. It gets tough. I've done close to 500 videos. Give you guys a ton of stories. All I ask for is a little financial support once in a while. You can't get better stories on Netflix. Come on, man. This is the truth serum without a filter. So that's it. God bless you all. I got another story coming up where I had to hide. In my career of craziness. I had to hide 3 or 4 times I had to hide for my, I don't know if it was going to be for my life, but I suspected foul play and I had to hide. Kimmy, I found your channel when you're talking about, the Maui fire. Yeah. Oprah Winfrey and all that stuff. Oprah Winfrey and The Rock. Yeah. So yeah, I had to hide in a few times, and I hid one time in the Mafia Club. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna save that if I get any. See, these other guys tell these stories. You don't get the. I tell all the good juice all the time. These other channels make you go to Patreon. Man. I'm just going to save stories until I get X amount of dollars and donate. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Wherever it goes, it goes. This is just an experiment anyways. That's all. If DC, White Boy, and the other guy, I'll tell the story on the membership thing. If you watch this, you guys, I'm going to tell you the privates. I'm going to start telling you guys private stories the way it should be, like the other channels do. 99.9 of the channels do. I'm going to tell you some other stories. DC White Boy and the guy, I can't think of his name, Jeff. But yeah, we're going to do it over there structurally, and that's that. They deserve to get the private stories. It's the way it is, That's all. You guys can come in, and that's it, So that's that. I've been quite generous with all my content and everything else. And no, I don't have Patreon. I have the membership stuff there. I have the Cash App. And I did that after over 400 videos. Couldn't sell a book with the thing. I mean, I understand people don't read books and everything, but holy cow, they say, I have a niche here where I interact to the people. I mean, you have a right. I appreciate your basic viewership and everything else, but I'm just going to be more limited in some of these good stories that are better than Hollywood stories. That's all. The Jets. The book is awesome to anybody who hasn't bought it. My book got critiqued in England, 5-star. With no sales. Well, that's nice, Pierre, but still no sales. That's life. That's life. I keep fighting. I keep rocking and rolling. Of course, I'm not going to stop. But uh, I have the membership thing, and I could do videos for members only, which I am going to do this other story that I want to do now that I think of it. All my stories where I had to hide, you get there's small memberships on there. Well, hey, that's the way it is. All these other guys, all these other channels out there selling everything under the sun, Patreon, everything. I've put the work in. People want to stay here with me, they can stay with me. If not, if that's a turnoff to some of the folks, I'm sorry. I've been operating in good faith for many, many videos, and that's all. I mean, hey, that's all. Whatever I get, you know. Kimmy, that's all right. Just view and hit the like button. That's all. I understand people don't have money. I understand. I'm for the underdog. And all I want is your viewership and maybe the like button and share. I understand. I'm for the underdog. I'm for the underdog. I'm the underdog. Golly. You know, the New York Jets, you supported my channel before, bro. You know, there's people that have been in here for a long, long time. Most of them aren't in here right now. A lot of you guys are new. You know, James McCarthy, that's the guy. Thank you, James. James McCarthy's the other guy. DC White Boy and James McCarthy. That's my guy. I'd like to meet you in person, James. I'd like to meet you in person because I'm that kind of guy. I don't mean to try to like talk smack and make people have a guilty conscience or anything like that. I'm a straight shooter. I mean, what the heck? I put the membership stuff up there and stuff like that. I felt silly about it. I felt silly afterwards. Like, wow, you started begging Joe and you didn't get it. It's like, I felt silly about it. You know, I felt silly about it. Go to Mike Francis, Sammy the Bull Gravano, and all these other big channels. I interact. I try to be a good guy. I tell a story, and you can ask questions about a story. Who provides that? I got degrees in marketing management. You know, what's marketing, man? What's marketing? Marketing is any human activity directed at satisfying the needs and wants of consumers in the exchange process. The needs and wants of you consumers in the exchange process. Well, yeah, the exchange process is I give you a story, you hit the like button or subscribe. But sometimes within that exchange process, throw me a little bone, throw a dog a bone, with a little meat on the bone. All right. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm confident in myself and I trust in the universe and all that. But you know, sometimes I gotta come out and that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. And James, and I know what everybody's donated. I know what the donations are. And someday I'm gonna pay them back. That's how my mind thinks. If I could get ads on here after 1,000 subscribers and try to get monetized somehow to generate some revenue, I'm paying everybody back with a little cherry on top. That's how I am, you know. Brittany, where you been, Punky 2? I'm up here. Thank you, James McCarthy, General McCarthy, Mr. McCarthy. I told a story about when I got shot at in the hood and the Jamaicans and just you know, check it out, you know, check it out. So thank you, folks. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't have editing. I don't have these introductions and there's no ads on my videos, so you watch me straight through. And hey, I mean, But I'm confident in myself. But I'm just like once in a while, this poor James McCarthy, you know, James, help. James McCarthy, if you want to talk on Facebook anytime, it's my same name. Uh, go over there, friend me on Facebook, James. James, you already told me where you were from before. You don't have to now. You're still with me. My brother's name is James. You told me before where you're located. Go have a coffee sometime if we're close proximity. I'll tell you some 14 part. What are you doing? Oh, the New York Jets. No, man. Wow. I see. Then I feel bad afterwards. I feel bad afterwards. Thank you, you guys, man. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna tell the story. I still got some juice on here. I'm gonna tell the story where I hid. Thank you. I'm happy. I'm gonna tell the story when I hid. Now, all right. Let's set the table here, folks. Thank you, my good people. I love you all. Brooklyn. He got to be a fellow Brooklynite. Yeah, it got to be. Uh, you know. Yeah, use the Cash App. Use the Cash App in the future. I hope YouTube doesn't get mad, but the Cash App, they don't take. There's only a small percent they take out, but YouTube takes out a bigger percent. Now, if there's a moderator watching, please forgive me, moderator of YouTube. Please, I don't want any problems. Okay. Let's talk about this story of things were getting turbulent and with the mafia and the crew and everything. And thank you, the New York Jets. Thank you. Oh man, it touches me. So I'm running in this crew. It's getting bad. I told you stories about foul play that was happening, crazy stuff. At the club, the old man Sam had a storage area in the ceiling that you could access from another room and go up there, and they would have like bar supplies up there. Bar supplies, glasses, plastic cups, blah, 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 and everything else. And they were hanging out up there. They were hanging out in the club and stuff. And there was a couple guys out there that came in, and they'd always be like, Joe, when you leaving or this, whatever. So I had parked my car down from the club and I had walked up. Sam said, what are you doing? I said, oh, my car was overheating, blah, 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 whatever. So I said, I'm going to leave. And I went up to this thing. I'm up there in the ceiling and there's like little spots you could see. I'm thinking somebody did this before because it was too easy. And thank you, Brittany. They're old glasses. So I'm up there and these guys are talking. One of them was the guy that I said, take your gun off and we could fight in the woods. How stupid I am. And you guys heard the story about that before, Michael Amari. What do you know? So they think I left. So sometimes, after somebody leaves, there might be some talk afterwards, like, there's the chance where they might say something about you. So I'm up there sweating like a dog, and I'm looking, and they're talking about football or baseball. They're talking about sports and their bats and whatever the hell they were doing, blah blah blah, and all that. And Next thing you know, I hear JoJo. Now, see, there's a lot of different Joes and Joe this, Joe that, but when it's JoJo, it's like one, only me, JoJo. So see, Mike Amari says, "Hey, JoJo." So I'm listening, and he says, "Yeah, he thinks that Mickey, my godfather, who had to straighten things out, mob enforcer, who had to save my ass a couple times before. He's like, yeah, that JoJo thinks Mickey's gonna save him all the time, and and the other guy's going, no, he's just run around. He's just trying to hustle and make money and everything. He's going, I don't like him. If I could get my hands on him, and I'm up there going, geez." Yeah, I hope I don't fall through here or something. I hope I don't fall through. They had these beams, the 2x4s going across, and then they had insulation, and it was itchy. It was itchy, like fiberglass or whatever. I'm up there sweating. Like I got these rashes all over my forearms. I'm like, I got to get the hell out of here and get to this area and get back down, hoist myself back down. So they go into the front area. I'm like, I gotta make a move. So I come on down. James, man, you're killing me. James, thank you, man. Thank you, James McCarthy. Jeez, I'm gonna go get a carton of smokes today. And maybe well, let's continue on. Thank you, General McCarthy. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And I don't gamble anymore. I don't gamble anymore. So don't think like, oh, geez, he's gonna go do this or that, whatever. Nah, I don't. I'm barred for life. You saw the other videos. I'm barred for life. So you know, thank you, man. So I go down there, Mr. H. So I'm thinking, I gotta get the hell out of here. They're over in the bar area, and I get down, and there's these glasses at the bottom of this area, and I hit them, and bam, 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 bam. They're all breaking and smashing, and all this stuff, and I'm sweating. My arms got all these rashes because I was like this looking down, and here they come. So I acted like I was going up. What are you doing? We thought you left, and we thought you left. What the hell? What, you know? And I says, well, I was just gonna go up there and see if there was any plates and stuff, because Sam told me I could bring some things for my apartment. Everything. They're going, what the hell are you talking about? What's all that stuff on your arms? And it was all rashes. And they knew that that's that fiberglass insulation, like Pink Panther. Would the Pink Panther have fiberglass insulation? So thank you, man. Thank you, James McCarthy. Yeah, thank you, man. God bless you and your family, man. God bless you and your family and the love and compassion. So they're going, what are you doing up there hiding, JoJo? What are you doing? What are you hiding up there? And I was going, oh, well, yeah, there was a guy that was supposed to come in, and I there's like, you can't be a little wimp. I'm thinking, So next thing you know, here comes the boss, Sam. What the hell's going on back here? JoJo's up there hiding in the damn ceiling. And as you can see, I even had it was even on the side of my face, because I had to try to get real down in there to hear, and like that asbestos garbage and all that fiberglass stuff that they probably deemed toxic years later. But my whole body was breaking out with this fiberglass insulation, and So he says, go to the bathroom and just put cold water on you. Because because we always would eat. Me and the boss would always eat and everything. So I says, well, I want to go. He says, where the hell's your car? I says, well, I parked it down the street. He says, you plotted this? You plotted this? You don't park your car down. He said, come on, let's go to your car and let's see if it starts and if it's overheating. I was like, well, nah, my car works fine. My car works fine. I set this all up. I'm sorry. I'm paranoid. I think the guy, whatever. So I was trying to eavesdrop, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you're worse than the FBI. You're worse than the FBI. You're trying to. So I put the cold water. I've always been like hyperallergenic or whatever, hypersensitive skin. But I put cold water. I put cold water on, and it all went away. And the guy was saying, yeah, that hits your lips. If that hits your lips will blow up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, right. He's like, yeah, that. And if you get it in your eye or something, whatever. So I'm sitting down, and so now Sam's saying, Joe, what are you doing? I says, I'm busted. I can't lie about it. My car is working fine. I'm afraid of this guy. That's all. I'm afraid. I'm so paranoid. I want to know. I was thinking if he thought I left, he goes, you already know he don't like you. He's not going to hurt you though. So don't worry about it. What the heck? You're going to just piss him off even more. Don't worry about it. So that was the hiding episode. Hiding in the club that went wrong. Hiding in the club that went wrong. Now, the next time, Mr. McCarthy, Mr. H, G. Zachariason, Mike Amari, Brittany Aguirre, the New York Jets, Kimmy, Brittany, Leon Swan, Mr. McCarthy, man, I'm a wishy-washy guy. I'm not bad. I know I got pissed off before, but I don't want you to carry all the weight. I want some other people to start donating to this channel. I'm playing it straight up. You've been more than generous. The New York Jets too, you know. So I got another story. I used to set these little trap things to know if somebody's been in my house, or if I was sleeping in my house. I would set these traps that if somebody tried to come in, I could hear it. You know, I didn't have like an alarm system, a basic alarm system at my house. After that, I had a regular alarm, but no, that wasn't even coming into play at that point in time. But I used to set up little things, and I was in my apartment the one time, and I heard when you open the door. Now, if I open the door, now if I'm in the house, now there's one door in, and if you're in an apartment, one door in, and I would set things in front of the door that like a little pyramid or something, and if the door was opened, it would all come crashing down. There, I was on a second floor, and there was an attic, and there was a roof that could have been accessible, my roof, to this little storage area that had a window that was a bum window anyways, and somebody could enter there. I had another type of trap set there where I had a couple different type of traps, but I put these spikes on the floor over some like old newspapers. So if they drop down, their feet would get spiked. Their feet would get spiked. And I was sleeping one night, and I heard a guy screaming, ah! It's like somebody's in here. But we're going to save that story for another time. Remind me of that, because sometimes I'll never remember these stories unless I'm immersed in a story, and then it'll bring back memories, because I do have a brain injury, in case you haven't noticed. But you know, and one story leads to another. The fix. One thing leads to another. All right. And well, another way, Kimmy, if you want to know if someone entered into your house, when you're leaving the door, and when you're leaving your house, when you're closing the door, put something, close the door to where you could only get your arm there. Put a soda can, put a soda can right there behind the door. So you're outside of the apartment. You got the apartment door open 6 inches. Put a can there and see. So then set it up and then close the door. Now, when you come back home, open the door gently, put your hand there, and see if the can is still in the same place. You see what kind of crazy stuff I had to do, and you would know if somebody came in. Because if somebody comes in, they're just opening the door. You know, they're just opening the door. So you would know. And it happened a few times when them guys downstairs, I found out, were hiding drugs in my apartment. And I had to tell the guy, who was a police officer and a crooked one with these Puerto Ricans, and I had to tell him, Marcy, you're up in my place, bro. You're up in my place. You know, you got to. I don't mind. You could stash stuff around, but you're gonna have to throw me a piece of the action. So that all got worked out, but can't let your guard down. Can't let your guard down. So, Mr. McCarthy, man, thank you so much. The New York Jets, thank you. 14 parlay. Nah, I'm not gonna gamble. I'm gonna go put gas in my car. I mean, that's honestly. So, thank you. Remind me. I take notes and stuff, but remind me if somebody comes in here that I want to tell the story when the guy got spikes in his sneakers. So thank you, my good people. Forgive me for being crazy and demanding on you and everything. James McCarthy, thank you so much for helping me. The New York Jets, all you people, thank you for your comments and your viewership, and for subscribing and everything else. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Okay, you know I'm dedicated. You know I am dedicated. So be the kings and queens of your world. Go out into the world and thrive and excel. The sun is shining. Let's embrace life. Let's embrace life and figure a way out of hardships and stress and addiction. Okay, let's embrace it. Put on that armor and go. So we'll get there together. Okay, nobody's perfect. We're all trying to enjoy our best life that we can enjoy. So I hope you good folks can get there and enjoy the beauty and essence and the blessing of life to its fullest. I'm going to a funeral Monday. My best buddy died young. Life is precious, and can't take life for granted. So I hope you folks keep in good spirit, good health. Good to see you again, Mr. H. Hello, Clarice. It's good to see you again. Thank you, Kimmy, Joel, Mr. General McCarthy, James McCarthy, Jimmy James. God bless you, pal. I really appreciate your act of kindness and generosity in the New York Jets, and I appreciate all the other support from everybody else. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, or hit the like button. My analytics are good on that. I appreciate that I have a great ratio from views to likes. So we're getting there. I could go on forever, folks. Thank you. And we're gonna keep rocking these stories out. So thank you and God bless you all.